Hello, hello. Welcome to the Sunday chat.
Hello, Q Aquatics.
Hello, hello.
Ready? Ha ha. Yeah, that's what I just got told. Are you ready? Yes, I am ready. Sandy, QC, Bunny Viper.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend.
I was more productive this weekend, so I'm proud of myself.
Bob,
Oh,
Burr is
welcome.
right.
Yeah, it is cold. I don't much appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan of the cold.
No.
And I just ran in back from the cold.
Yeah.
Ran
We're
in.
always late. He says it's because of me.
This time it was me,
But the
100%
last
me.
few times it's because
It was a
it's
tree.
it's bro time.
No, it was
might
a
be
tree.
but it's really just
Hey,
bro
I
time.
just got to go look at a sycamore tree that they couldn't figure out why it was dying. Well, I know why it was dying. It got hit by lightning.
Oh, goodness. That will
They didn't
do
look
it.
at the back of it. Silver Creek Aquatics.
Hello. Welcome.
Yeah, they didn't look at the back of it. There was bark blowed off the back of it.
Oh, goodness. That'd do it. We've had some pretty significant storm. It's been really windy too lately, but now it's just cold. We had 2 good days where it was like 80 and perfect, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna not be here soon."
Well, you do realize it's November, right?
No,
In the Midwest.
no, I didn't realize that. Every day kind of blurs together, but thanks for filling me in.
Daniel, welcome. Ricky, welcome. Eduardo,
Thanks for
Master
being
Aquatics,
here.
welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I was tied up too. That's why we were started at 4:05 or a minute late. It was
I
my
always
fault.
schedule it a few minutes behind because I just never know what's gonna happen.
3G.
I just don't want to go anywhere, so I'm always. You can always depend on me to be at home.
Shell, hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. Chiefs
Yes.
won.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But also at the same time, the Minnesota Buffalo game was really, really good as well. So
My book was good.
I was happy about that. For all you football people out there, which there's
He watches football, and I've discovered that I just would rather read during football.
you don't
Like,
read, you listen to
no,
audio
both.
books.
I do both. Not all books have audiobooks, so sometimes I do have to use my own eyeballs, and I do read it. But it's 50-50, you know? And sometimes you can read it and have someone read it to you. It works. You still get the story. And I would rather listen or read the story and spend time with you in the same room than watch play by play. Yes, I bet Ed is happy.
Yes, Ed, I guarantee you Ed's happy because the Chiefs played excellent today. Eduardo, I don't watch feet ballers. I read. Well,
I'll sit in the room and I'll listen to it as background noise. Like I'll pay attention a little bit, but and I haven't seen you a whole lot, so I'll sit in the room with you. But I've discovered I'd rather just read.
Eduardo just made me think about the water boy. Foosballs for the devil. Mama said.
But yesterday I spent pretty much, I would say, off and on, like maybe 85% of the day, a significant amount of the day, just working on fish tanks. And they all look pretty good. They could look still better. There's still improvement. But overall, they do look pretty good. This Tetra tank right here behind me, this is the one where the floating plants from the outside that we brought in, I think is doing the best.
I think those are doing probably those and probably the ones upstairs in the 75
Yeah,
are doing.
he swapped the filter around to a different filter. It was a really old filter, but it's not dripping on them anymore. And I feel like it's not getting blowed, like swirled around as much. So But yeah,
Yeah, they're a little calmer.
this one behind me, that there's a lot of algae in that, but there's more moss over here. I look like I'm pointing at the food. This one. There's more moss than algae, but it looks like there's more algae than moss. But there's a lot of black, really Neocaridina shrimp in there, and that little ball of mess is it's doing really good for the shrimp.
It's a combination of algae and moss.
Yeah. And there's a lot of baby guppy fry in there from... We got those at the Triple... Did we get the swordtails guppies at the... We got that at the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
So... And the one above Jesse's head that's kind of dark, it's got swordtail guppies in it. No, the other one. Those two are both dark, but that one. It's got a lot of swordtail guppy endlers in there. Or, fry. There's swordtail guppy fry. A lot of them in there. And I think what's in there, I think it's the orange really shrimps in there. Yeah, I think that's the shrimp that's in there.
The Garden of Eater. Grant, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a good weekend, man. I know it's been a little hectic down there.
Mm-hmm.
I know my phone's been going off tropical this, tropical that. Mark, how's it going? Shelby.
Oh, shall we?
Yes, shrimps. We have shrimps. We are trying to keep.
Yeah, I'm
lots of
slowly
shrimp.
getting more and more,
we
and I
will
love
never
it.
be like you, but we like our shrimps.
Yeah. I learned from them.
Yes.
And then I attempt to put their advice into play.
Into practice.
Into practice. Yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
It is that time of year. They're talking about it's decoration time, Christmas and the whatnot.
Yeah, I usually pay more attention to the weather when it's nice, because winter weather I had the one and only wreck I had was trying to go to the salon, and it was 2 hours away, and it was in the snow, and I made it just my luck, I made it all the way there and wrecked pulling in, which I don't even know how it's possible, but it just, I don't check it as often this time of year because it's just like anxiety. I'm just waiting for snow, and I can't, just thinking about driving in it. I'm like, oh gosh. You think I'd be better, but I'm not. So I'm not up to date on the weather as you are. But even like the Christmas decorations, like I know they're supposed to go up soon, but even the Christmas lights outside, I've gotten lazy. I just put a strobe light up.
Yeah, well, that's a big controversy because right now the chat is blowing up with, well, Shelby's got our one decoration up for Christmas, the fat chunky penguin.
Yeah, those are cute.
Well, that's like a big controversy is, are you really supposed to put up Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving? I think you should put them up at Thanksgiving if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Or the day after, which I know everybody, it's Black Friday. You got to do your shopping thing.
I just, like, how can I put this? You put all that work into decorating because it's a chore. You got to get it. First, you got to find what you did with it because you're so, like, you're just over it. You just throw it in the storage area. So first you got to locate it. Then you got to, like...
Well, obviously not,
Put
because
it up.
Eduardo apparently
So-
has a serious plan going on here because the chat is blowing up with his decorating skills.
Yeah. So I'm just too lazy to do all that now. And you go through all that work, so you want to enjoy it as long as possible. But working at the mall as long as I did, I'm just like, oh, Christmas. So I put it off as long as possible until the kids just like, please, please, please. And I'm like, okay. But I've gotten lazy. Like, we've got the pre-lit tree. We just put the ornaments up that the kids make. Really. We don't really have too many, just like the colorful ones where you just go by it. We don't really mess with that because the cat just knocks them off. So we usually just put a few towards the top and call it good and put the strobe light outside. And then I'm like, you know, I tried.
Well, let's go with your minimalistic.
Yeah, that's a much politer way to say.
She doesn't like to decorate for the holidays. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I like to go drive through and get in the
She likes to see
car.
everybody else's hard work. She doesn't want to put in the work, is what she's really trying to say
Yeah,
here.
it's the getting it out, and then you gotta put it up, and then it's just everything's so expensive.
Big Shrimp and hello, hello.
But I'm trying to be festive and in the spirit.
Liquid Zoo, hello. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for being here. In our super wonderfully entertaining Sunday chat. But thank you for being here because it is cold and like just blood outside. But like I said, I was very productive.
It's about a comfortable 40 degrees out there right now. I just was out there. I had to stand out and have a conversation about trees.
And I know half the people in the chat's like, 40's warm. And the other chat's like, 40's cold. It's all cold to me. If it's below 75, I'm miserable.
Well, you're in the wrong state for having that kind of temperature year round. I hate to tell you. You're going to have to go Garden of Eden style if you're looking for those temperatures.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go to
I'm just
Florida.
saying.
I told him today that the GPS still has the first time we went to the beach, it was down to Gulf Shores, and it's still programmed in the GPS. And I was like, see, the car's telling me I need to
It's
go.
time to go.
I need to go.
It's the right
Every
time of year. We
time
should leave now.
I turn on the car. It's like, do you want to go here? And I say, yes, I do. And then you look at me and say, if you do. I'll be like, okay, I won't.
The amazing
Oh, it's
diver
80
man.
there. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, thanks for being here.
Yeah, the amazing diver man's here. Eduardo. Yeah, all you're going to do is make her more upset at me. It's 80 there.
I know, that's what I was like, oh, I just saw 80. I was like, oh, that was just a few days ago. But it always turns cold around my birthday. And it's,
Grant, I really, really like that joke, bud. That the Airbnb's just about done. $1 a gallon. I like that. That ain't bad. That it. Oh, there's so much I could say about that. Absolutely love it.
I want to go on a trip. I'm so used to going on trips. I need a trip.
It is that time of year, though. Time to decorate the. You're gonna decorate
I like
a fish tank.
Is it the ambiance of the room? Like after you put up the Christmas lights? Like I like that once it's up, and I really enjoy watching a movie with the kiddos with the Christmas tree on. Like it is relaxing, and it is kind of, I don't know, it does make you feel like, oh, this is nice. But it's just it's a lot of work to put it up, and it's a lot of work to put it
So
away.
what you're really trying to tell everyone right now is you're lazy.
I've been saying that the entire time. We've been going 13 minutes.
Well,
And I think I said
I'm just
that.
trying to get you to put it out into words besides, well, I really like the ambiance and it's super nice and beautiful. However, I will not ever put forth the work and or effort into doing said activity.
But when's the last time you put the Christmas tree up?
I put the Christmas tree up every year. You make me do it.
Well, I make
Because you
get-
go, you need to put
you
it up.
don't. No.
Yes, I carry it from down here
You-
upstairs. I set it up. I plug it in, and
You
and
do?
guess who decorates it? Not
The
even
kids?
you, the kids.
But you
You
don't.
are the only person not involved
No.
in this activity.
No, that is not true. He's. Last year we put it
The
up
last
on my birthday.
The last thing I seen you do is you put the tree skirt around it. That was your contribution to the effort.
Whatever. Like we'll just leave it at that. We'll just we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, sure. I agree with that statement. Sure.
Terry's Tropical Tanks, the Smallies are still biting. Yes, they are. And welcome, Jenna P.
Oh, hi. Well, thanks for being. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. I haven't been hanging out in the streams here lately because the kiddo's been sick. But gosh, I miss a week, and I feel like it's been like ages.
Silver Creek. No, she's not a Scrooge.
No, because
She loves Christmas. She just
I
is
wouldn't go
not,
that
you're-
far, but I
you're-
enjoy it. I wouldn't say I love it, but I enjoy it. But
You're not going to get her to participate in Deck the Halls activities. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You're going to have to physically force her into a Deck the Halls activities. If I said, honey, let's make a popcorn strand, she's probably going to stab me in the eye with the needle that you would use to
No.
run the string through the popcorn.
I wouldn't do that, but I'd raise an eyebrow and give you a side eye and be like, where's the kiddos?
Yeah, oh, let's have the kiddos do it. I'll watch you guys. It'll be so much more fun if I watch you.
He's telling all my
Dave.
secrets.
Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend.
I bet you're going to have a better end of your weekend than Jesse is after this stream.
I'm getting stabbed with that needle, ain't I? I'm going to be the popcorn
Oh,
on the
goodness.
strand here. Oh, so soon. However, back to all the wonderful work you did this weekend on all the tanks.
Yeah, the tanks do look good. Getting back on topic.
That's right. Vibes Aquatics. Welcome. What's cracking?
We never have a topic though. This is our friend time.
Well,
I mean,
we-
that should tell you I don't like to go out and do stuff in public unless it's fish related stuff, and then I get like super excited, and it's like the one time that I'm like, ugh, I can't wait to get this work done. But if it's not fish related things, chances are I don't want to.
Well, we got an extra tank open right now that you could decorate for Christmas.
Yeah, we could do that.
You could do that. You could show your Christmas spirit
No,
and
we're
decorate.
supposed to be a couple that does things together.
Well, I am. I'm a couple that is going to be doing things together. I am going to be putting the Christmas tree up again by myself with the children, with your what do we call it? Managerial skills.
You know,
as
when
you-
you tell
as you-
yourself a story for so long, you start to believe your own crap. We're witnessing that together as a group.
You mean the truth? We're
Uh-huh.
witnessing the truth. I would love to have a live stream camera on
But
me.
I think it
I
would-
set up the deal, and then I have to coax the kids into, hey, kids, you want to help me hang the ornaments? And then I finally get to not hang the ornaments. They hang the ornaments, and you stand back and go, oh, that looks great. That's wonderful. You guys did.
You
such
guys
a great-"
do a great job, but
Well, the big
Sure.
well, the big thing is let's get off the Christmas tree. Let's get to Thanksgiving.
yeah, sure. What do
We
you
have
want
to
talk
have
about?
Thanksgiving before we can have Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. That's the general we usually don't like to talk about Christmas until we get past Thanksgiving.
I know, but you got me on a rant.
I got you're on something today. And I don't.
Hey, I'm just happy the Chiefs won, okay?
Yeah, and for those who care, happy Yellowstone season 5 premiere day. So we usually watch it the day after, but I know Yellowstone, it's a popular show, and a lot of people in the fish fam like it. So that's coming on tonight. That's about it.
Yeah, well, Dave's right. You did a great job. Now let her do it right. Yes. No matter what you do, you could start a project and it could be absolutely perfect, but it needs that finishing touch.
Yeah.
Papa Shrimp, hey, what's going
Oh,
on?
hi. Your
Ye-
shrimps that you sent me are doing great. They're right behind Jesse's back. They kind of, that tank blends in with the shoulders, but they are doing great.
They're inside my shoulder. Mm-hmm. That way, no
I
one
was
can-
excited. That made my whole day. That was my first. He did a giveaway, and it's the first giveaway I've ever won.
Well, and the shrimp are doing awesome. Thank
I'm so
you,
excited.
Papa Shrimp.
And it was
You're
so
the man.
kind. Yeah, we're getting quite the collection. As he says, I love shrimp.
Well, we all love shrimp. I think that's kind of a general consensus of most of the people in here. Everyone likes shrimp. If you don't, you should.
Yeah, that's one thing. I was kind of late to the game, but once I got on the bandwagon and I was like, oh my gosh, these are everything they say they are. These are fantastic. And I just went right down the rabbit hole. And I definitely love shrimp.
Silver Creek, yes, it does get better after the first season. Garcia Aquatics, how are you doing?
Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We need to get a shirt that says welcome, welcome. They probably get annoyed by it, but it's just what I say.
I think it's a Midwest thing. It really is.
It could be. I don't know.
Either around here, it's either howdy or welcome, welcome. You're greeted with two things. It's either howdy or welcome, welcome. It's just what we say. I don't know. I mean, up north, well, I guess you could go with the A, eh?
Yeah. Was there anything going on exciting in anybody else's fish room this weekend? Anything exciting? News to share? I was just proud that I was productive. I caught up on tank maintenance. I finished like some of the stuff just
Caught up
needed
on
to
tank
be.
minutes. You didn't kill all Papa Shrimp.
Yeah, I did good. I got I shop vac like cobwebs. We're in the basement, so there's always cobwebs that get into weird places. And I cleaned, and then the spot over there behind Jesse that we cleaned out to prep for more racks, I got all that cleaned up and kind of prepped for when we get stuff to put up. So it was just I felt productive. All the fish, though, were doing good. We have, like I said earlier, we have lots of guppy fry. We've got platy fry. We've got lots of fry in the fish room. The fish were doing great. I think all those extra plants that we got in definitely helped. Some are doing better than others, but overall, everything's doing pretty good.
Well, overall,
Can't
all
complain.
the plants and everything we got are doing wonderful.
I'm just kind of looking around. Some of them, I didn't suspect everything was going to do just perfect, but overall, I'm kind of surprised and I'm still trying to figure out all the names of stuff that we got, and I'll get it mixed up, I think, for forever, but yeah, it's exciting. Now I'm just trying to practice those aquascaping skills.
X Genetics, welcome, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Welcome.
Thanks for being here. I'm gonna cough.
Are you
I
done?
No. I thought of Brooklyn again this week. You ordered me the George Farmer aquascaping book, and Brooklyn had it last time I saw her, and I think she got it autographed. And it made me think of her, and I was like, oh, she'd be so proud.
Be Whizzle.
I try to make my friends proud whether you know it or not.
Whips World, what's going on, buddy?
But there's quite a few fish books and aquarium books on the Kindle Unlimited that they don't have as many in the actual stores, but they have quite a few that you can read on the Kindle. So I've been trying to read I read stuff on the internet and stuff, but I wanted to read just actual books because I haven't read a lot of the books that were out there. And since I'm back to reading, I was like, I'm going to try to make this productive and try to educate myself more and read more.
Well,
and he's like, I don't care.
No, I'm not. I do not care. I do care. I'm glad you have found something you like to do.
Well, it's something that I did a long time ago, but then life gets busy. But when I was traveling, I would always bring something to read because there's always some point in the airport or in the car or something. And I was like, I should read more on fish that's book related instead of just going to. I mean, the internet, I'm thankful for the internet because it's so quick. You can get it. But just to see what's out there. And there's a few books that people talk about a lot that they're not the newest, but it seems like a good resource that it's not going to do anything but like help. So.
Well, yeah. And I know aquascaping and revamping all of the tanks that we have is kind of a passion of yours at this point right now.
Yeah, and there's some things I'm the type I can read and it helps, but until you just practice, that's a whole new. But it's really, I'm trying to concentrate on learning more of the plant. Like, I'm doing good with growing some of the plants, but I'm not doing well with knowing, be like, hey, that in the back is blah, blah, blah plant. This one right here is ABC plant. And this one across the room. I know some, but to every single one of all the stuff that we just got in, no. So I'm hoping that just the more I read and the more I talk and the more I, research different resources, the more I'll learn, hopefully. Hopefully, that's the plan. But I don't know if I'll ever get good at saying those Latin names. I'm getting better at reading them, but pronouncing with confidence is another.
Well, the pronunciation of Latin names, I am not even confident with at all.
I took Latin in high school, and I was still bad in high school.
So, Jay Oliver, what's up?
Oh,
How's
thanks
it
for
going?
being here. Welcome.
Yeah, the pronunciation of Latin names, I am not anywhere comfortable with. I can attempt it, and the word is attempt it.
Yeah.
I don't have that confidence in doing that. And if you out there
I can't
have
even
that
speak
confidence,
English with confidence.
if you have that confidence to do that and you can nail it at the same time, my hat is off to you. And my bald head underneath it is shining. Because that is one skill I have not mastered, and I don't know if I'll ever master that. Pronouncing those names. I'm going to try, and I keep trying, but I doubt I'll be able to do it. Bob, that's right. Now, if they came in that twang, I could pull it off.
Yeah.
All scientific fish names should be in East Tennessee twang. Yes.
Agreed. But
100% sold deal. I don't know who we need to write about this, but that would.
the same people that we talk to and write to to change, like when they don't like the time change when it's the fast time.
Write your local congressman. We need to have everything into East Tennessee. I can go ahead and get with that. That's just a lower form of Ozarkian. I can move right into that guild right there. I can jump right on that.
Yeah, the translator will be Ed because he knows. He knows Tennessee and he knows Missouri. He can translate for us.
So then, technically, Ed would be bilingual. He could claim himself bilingual. That would be funny.
Well, do you want to talk about what you also bought me this week that came into the fish room? It's behind you, down a little bit.
Well, you can go ahead and talk about it. You can tell everybody.
Well, I want you to say it.
Well, she got what she wanted, like Mama's gonna get what Mama wants.
Sure.
Everybody knows Select Pet. What's going on?
Oh, hi.
That's right. Just add y'all at the
Yeah,
end of
that's
all
true.
the names.
I keep hitting the microphone. It's probably making a bad sound. But yeah, because I've been talking to Jess from Maine's Tales, Furs, and Fin and the Aquatic Morning Show for like months about an axolotl. It finally worked out. And so Jesse was not really aware of the plans, even though he was kind of aware of the plans. But I was like, hey. And so
You
so
tell
far,
your story, and I'll put the add-on tag into it.
We've been talking about it for a while, and I've told you about it off and on, but I didn't know exactly when things would work out because I know she's been busy, and I was just like, I run on your time frame because she's definitely more busy than me. So, but it all worked out finally, and she's so freaking adorable, and so far everything's worked out. The long-term plan is probably the 40 breeder upstairs, but that one's still not completely. It had a lot of salt in it at one point, and it's just not completely there yet. So right now, she's in a 20 long, but everything's doing good. She finally started, like, she would eat, but occasionally she would spit stuff out, but everything's good now. I fed her right before the live stream started, and I think the worms, I got red wigglers because that's just what she said, and I think they were just too long, so I cut them in half, and all is well. But the tank, if you have any recommendations, right now I've got fans, and I've been floating ice packs and things like that, and the temperature on the tank is reading pretty good. It's 64, sometimes 65, but mainly keeping it around 64, and so far it's maintaining with doing what we're doing. But I didn't know if we should, like, long term, if the chillers were worth it, or if anybody has a better way of keeping it consistent temperature wise, or if what we're doing is the best, or just advice on them. But so far, like, she's super adorable. Jess sent me the one that's a little bit more personable, and oh my gosh. I knew I'd be in love, but yes. I love it.
Paul McCarthy, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Chris, Aquazone, howdy, and welcome. Yeah, so I was out of town. I get a phone call that something's coming in the mail from Carrie. And then she doesn't tell me what it is till the next day. And then she calls me again and goes, well, it's here. And I'm like, well, what is here? Can we be a little more specific here?
Nope, I'm a Scorpio.
On what this is? Yes. Luckily, the tank that she pre-mentioned, I had already been working on it, the 40 upstairs on.
We've been working on it for a while, and you knew I had plans for it, but I didn't think on it. I knew it was going to take a while to get cleaned up, but it's still got quite a bit of, I don't know. I just didn't trust it yet.
Did you see what Bob said? Feed her half of what you think. Mine runs 68.
I was waiting for you to finish reading, but I guess you're going to read to yourself.
68 for 3 years now, and they spawn constantly. Q. I alternate 2 frozen bottles of water floating on top of the tank.
Yeah, I've got
Fish tank barn.
2.
Yeah, I bet it is cold up there, Mike.
Yeah, that's the reason I was like, I always complain, but people up north usually, it's way colder. I'm a baby. But I have 2, what are they, liter size water bottles that I've been rotating, and then 2 smaller ones that I've been rotating. And just trying to keep it mainly 64, but if it gets a little bit to, like, I got a digital thermometer, digital thermometer from the Clash, and so I just stuck it on there, and so it's letting me know, like, constantly what the temperature is, because I was like, and I'm down here all the time just staring. I'm like, oh. Like, I've waited so long to have you. I don't want anything. But I was getting a little nervous at first. But now that I figured out the red wiggular situation, all is well. So far, all is well.
Scuba Stevo, what's up? How's it going?
Thanks for being here.
Fish
Listening
tank.
to me try and talk.
Fish tank barn. Yeah, it was. Yeah, same here. It was 70 degrees 2 days ago. I was actually almost 80.
Yeah, it was 80, and then it was 70, and then it was like, cold.
Yeah, and now we're still warmer than you, obviously.
Yes, but I'm just like I said, I'm a
But
baby.
not by much. I think we're sitting at like 40, 41 right now.
I can tell you when the dogs woke me up at 4 in the morning and I had to go out there and see what's going on. There was a possum. And I was out there. It was 27 degrees and I am not. And I was like, this cat sucks. Go away, possum. And I had a flashlight, and the flashlight finally scared it off. But there was a possum right by the fence, and the dogs were going nuts. And I was like, oh my gosh, it is too early, too cold, and I don't want to be face to face with a possum right now. But it was cold, and I don't like cold.
Larry D. Welcome, welcome. Select Pet, yes, you're right. I read about the chillers, and I'm still trying to figure that out, and that is probably the only thing I could come up with as well.
Yeah, if the water bottle thing holds up, and I mean, it does well, then I'll keep doing that. I'm just trying to think if we go out of town, my mom she already has a lot that she has to look after, and I just don't. So I'm just trying to think of something. If it's worth it, if people have experience with them, if they even work. I don't want to pay $100 to $400 for something that's just, or if there's something that, I mean, Susie Q's, she has a lot of experience, and she's one that I would like to talk to about it. But if she uses water bottles, then it seems like listening to people, that was the way that I thought I would go, but I know we travel a lot, and I want to try to make it as easy as I can on my mom for 4 days, 5 days that we're gone. She might not be here right at the time that she might need to switch the water bottle out, but I don't know. It's just hard to read reviews and know if they, I trust.
Select Pet's got the right idea, and I haven't figured it out. I will probably have to personally message him. But yes, I would love a DIY project where I am running lines and pumping water through a modified dorm fridge, which is exactly what.
I mean, it can't be that hard, but it's hard.
You would need a small refrigerator.
A paper clip, one ink pen, and a spring.
No. You would need a small refrigerator, a couple lines, and you're going to have to reroute like the thermostat controls to the outside and possibly seal the inside of the fridge off, because it essentially, everything I've ever looked up about the chillers, it is basically an air conditioner condenser, and you're just flooding the water through a chamber, and it is just getting chilled, and it's circulating through, and they're literally piping all the water from the tank through it and back into the tank.
Yeah, Susie Q's basement keeps her tanks at about 65 on average. I crank the heat up, and I think our basement stays around like 74, because it seems like that's what the tanks read on average, the ones that aren't heated down here. So I feel like, because I keep the heat upstairs like 78 if I can, and then he yells at me and he turns it down. But I'm sure there's a way.
I got lots of good comments. The Amazing Diver Man, get a mini fridge and run airline hose with a pump and a coiled up portion inside through a hole drill in the side. Keep your frozen food in there and chill your tank at the same time. You can adjust the temp with the airline valve. Just make sure it doesn't completely freeze.
There are saltwater guys who drill fridges for automatic frozen auto feeders, is what Fish Tank Barn said. I jumped to the bottom.
Okay. No, I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I could coil up all the hose inside the fridge and crank the fridge down.
It's been 37 degrees in Pittsburgh and rained. That sounds cold. I'm sorry.
No. You guys have my brain like cranking right now for the DIY stuff. Thank you.
I told him, I was like,
thank you.
You just need something
Select
to pump
Pet, you
out
started
water.
it. Amazing Diver Man, Fish Tank Barn, you already have me like, now, number one, I already have one mini fridge. I know where I have another one. So now you really have me, my brain is kicking into overdrive right now.
And finally.
Ritesh, welcome. Hello.
Might give yourself a headache if you use it that hard.
Oh, it's cranking right now. Because I'm going, man, I could coil that thing up, like do about 10 coils and pump it back out and into the tank. All you're doing is recycling the tank water, but chilling it as it goes through. So the longer it runs, obviously it's going to get colder.
I need the water to go out, go in something cold, frigid, and then that water's got to go back. So however you make that work.
Well, here, I'll read it off of someone that you'll actually listen to. I'll read it from the Amazing Diver Man.
Okay.
It's simple design. Make sure you have enough line
Uh-huh.
so it's coiled up so it stays in the cold area longer and it chills the water. So it just needs long enough to chill it down a little bit cooler.
So it's like a hot water heater, but cold water heater.
Yes. How do you think you have air conditioning in the summer?
I don't know. It hurts. I'm blonde. It hurts. But you're blonde too, so that's why I say that. I just have to give you a hard time because it's so easy. And look who's here. The Aquatic Morning Show.
Jess, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. She
Yeah.
sends the best presents in the mail right in time for someone's birthday. It was like the best. But yeah, it's been a really fun weekend. It's been eventful and productive and new additions, and it's been a good weekend.
Well, I know what I'm doing now. Thank you for everyone in the chat. I know what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to drill a mini fridge. If I can do things to make beer cold for a long time and run CO2 lines and do kegerator setups, I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to do that. It's the same concept, except I'm recycling water.
Yeah.
I thought about it when you had me researching it earlier, but I am glad to have so much help to
Yeah, I trust.
reinvent my
I
idea.
trust the chat's opinion far more than.
Mine. Yes, thank you. I appreciate their opinion too. I really do, because they just jump started my process. That's kind of where I was at with it. I was like,
Well, it's.
that's where I was at with it.
I
like,
figured that's. I figured that's honestly the way to go about it, but executing it and knowing, okay, I need a valve here or a thing here or whatever it's called, tubing over here, that's where I don't have experience. But figuring out kind of how it needs to be put together and then letting you go with it, because you know what, when you go to Lowe's, what you have to get to put it together, and that's my weakness. But coming up with a plan, like with the chat and stuff, I can usually figure out, like, okay, I can kind of see how it needs to work, but it's just, I don't know how to put it together like some people do. And that's why you're here.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Eduardo. He just gifted out 5
Oh, wow.
Science Scout Aquatic memberships.
Thanks. That's so cool. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Eduardo. And Freaky Fish Lady's here.
Hi, Holly. Welcome. Yeah, we recorded the podcast pretty early this morning for us, early this afternoon. So that should be coming out here shortly. We'll make sure it processed right, so you have that to look forward to if you're a member, where you put together a list of our easiest, like top 10 easiest aquarium fish that we've kept. So that was kind of the topic this week. So hopefully you look forward to that and what we have to say. Well, thank you, Bob. It means a lot. Sometimes I feel like the topics are great and I have a lot of confidence, and other times I'm like, I don't I'm gonna cough again. I don't know if people like these or not, because there's not a whole lot of feedback on the podcast end. So when you guys leave comments, it means a lot. And sometimes I don't always know what to say back, but the feedback is like priceless. So it means a lot that you say that.
Yeah, any feedback is very helpful, Bob. The analytics and everything on that is completely different, and basically any way to make the podcast better, or any topics that we're missing that we're just literally overlooking,
Yeah, we got a list a few, was it last week, the week before last?
or
from everybody?
ideas of things that we should talk about more that are a concerning topic to the fish family.
And if you don't know about it, I guess we should say it, Aquarium Dilemmas. We always talk about the podcast, but we never say the name.
Here, look,
But
I'll
yeah.
go like this. Whee!
I like that show. It looks good. But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that.
cough again.
Well, I was still pondering over the Amazing Diver Man. That yes, airline hose plus small pump plus mini fridge and power drill equals chiller. Yes, that there's a lot of related things in that exact topic. The people that know me know I get all of those. And if I can chill my favorite adult beverage, I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to chill out a fish tank. And that's where I was going with it. I just did not want to mess up her favorite fish that she just got, Dream Fish, axolotl, got from Jess.
Well, and too, it was so cute because the kids were so excited. They're like, "We've never seen one in person."
Yeah, the kids blew up.
And that's so cool. I only have it in my video in Minecraft. And I was like, "Look!" And they're like, "Oh!" And I don't know what the kids named it. Some anime character. I really don't know. It's got a name that I don't know, but I'll eventually figure it out. The kids know it, but. Yeah, so. And it was here, too. She was here, I think it was like right at 10 in the morning. So it wasn't in shipment like very long. So it came pretty early. We can start over now. Scotty's here. Well, Scotty, you haven't missed a whole lot. I've whined about the weather. I've whined about
hey, I was
Jessie.
gonna congratulate
Just
Liquid Zoo on thank you. Between Liquid Zoo,
We got a lot of advice.
yeah,
you for
everybody,
being
I
here.
got great advice on what to do. I feel a lot more comfortable moving forward on that DIY project.
And speaking of how wonderful the Keystone Clash is, it's because I went to the Keystone Clash, and I highly recommend you going. I got this wonderful thermometer for the axolotl tank. So, thank
Well,
you.
you got your promo in for that. Yes. but
Yes, the overnight shipping was a bit expensive, but Jesse knows how much I wanted one for my birthday.
and you got it.
So thank you, and thank you, and thank you to my parents for allowing me to be born.
Well, between Select Pet starting it off, Amazing Diver Man, Liquid Zoo, everybody has definitely reassured me that my thoughts that I was thinking in my head will work, and I am going to go ahead and do that. So
Everything works until it doesn't.
well, you can make a video of that. It'll be me tearing up a refrigerator. Or I could make the world's biggest cooler where you could cool more than one tank.
Some of his ideas. We're just gonna let him think. Yeah.
Hey, refrigerators are easy to come by. I know where there's a lot of them, and they all work.
Yeah.
So I can make this happen
Thinking.
for a relatively small price compared to what they want for a chiller. A little bitty chiller that's supposed to do a 40-gallon tank. They're
Are
wanting
you going to use a 6-foot refrigerator for a 20-gallon
no,
tank?
no. I'm gonna use a mini fridge like they were talking about.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
I'm gonna use a mini fridge. No, if you wanted to chill like 14 tanks, I would use a full-size refrigerator, run multiple lines to it, and crank that bad boy down. And we could chill hundreds of gallons of water. Versus what they want you to buy online to chill a 20-gallon tank is over $400.
Yeah. Again, make sure you have a heater and a backup plan for if your chiller dies. Yes. Especially the first time around. The first design. The first design of anything, it seems like no matter what it is always just. The second one is always better. It seems like. You're like, that's good, but I bet this would work better, and sometimes it.
Well, there's always going to be modifications, and
Still in there. I wanted to see what it looked like.
well,
thank
thank
you.
you, Bob. And you can go ahead and you can finish thanking Bob while I
Thank you,
read.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that'll be the biggest thing is to monitor the temperature to get the setting right so it doesn't drop too low. That would be my other concern would be to understand the refrigerator you're using to get it set just right for the amount of water in the hose running through it so you don't actually freeze the hose or freeze the water in the hose, I should say.
Like our ice maker.
Yes, correct.
My birthday is next Sunday. We get to spend my birthday together. So make sure you're here next Sunday.
Yep, it'll be a birthday stream next Sunday.
Could you use a thermostat?
Yeah, well, there's a thermostat on the refrigerator, but I'm trying to figure out how you could add an additional thermostat in,
Oh.
or like,
That's from Susie Q. She's asked.
oh, there's a thermostat in the
Or telling me. One of
in the refrigerator to set it to temp. However, I wonder if you could use an additional like electronic probe like you would on a barbecue grill, because they make some of them now that'll like alert your phone and everything if your temperature drops too low or goes up too
There's
high.
some kind of sensor out there,
So
I'm sure.
you
In
could
some
put
way.
in there and it will literally message your phone. Your phone will go off. They have for barbecues, which everybody in the
Oh,
chat probably knows I love.
Professionals are talking. Hang on.
Oh, the professionals are talking?
It says you can use a temperature controller to control the pump, which turns the pump on when it needs to cool and then turn it off when the temp is correct, I think is what it said.
Yep. Thank you, Fish Tank Barn. Mike, always on top of the game.
That's why I said we got to stop talking and just read his comment because he knows what he's
The
talking
the
about.
well, he has a barn full of fish in a place that is now getting very, very cold.
It's called a temperature controller. I'm writing. Look at this.
The Amazing Diver Man. There are automatic electrical switches they use for hydroponic growing that will turn on and off a plug depending on the temp. Okay. I like that. I like that, and I've heard of those, so I can go with that. I can work with both
I'm
of those.
sure that there's something.
And
it's
that will
just a
be
matter
easy to
of
find.
knowing the right. Sometimes you have to search for things just to know how to search for things. If that makes sense. Yeah. Terry, ink birds would work opposite of what you want. I can't read it. It closes the circuit when it gets too cold.
Oh,
Ink
okay.
birds.
Yep. I know what he's talking about. All right. Yeah, that
You
makes
have
sense.
to take him seriously. Have you heard his voice?
Yes.
He could just.
Yes.
He knows the stuff, and
Yes. At
can
some
tell.
point, I have to go fishing with Terry. At some point, we're going smallmouth fishing. That's just what we're doing.
some
It's
people you
non-negotiable.
Just know
We're
by
gonna
their
go.
voice.
That is what it
you
is.
Take them seriously, and you just be quiet and listen. But yeah, I'm not sure if Skipper's going tonight or not, but I'm sad to say our time is up. I'm going to do homework with the little one and watch the chats tonight and go watch Yellowstone and then hopefully edit some videos this week for you. And if you're a member, look forward to watching the podcast this week. And if you're not a member, you can check it out on Apple and Spotify and Audible and all those platforms. So
Thunder Aquatics, hello.
I'm glad you're here.
And we're getting ready
And
to
I'm
sign
sorry
off.
that we're leaving. But
And
there's
yes,
just a couple
Q,
more chores
Yellowstone
I gotta
tonight. Yellowstone tonight. She's excited.
do. I am, but we always watch it the day after, it seems like. But I'm still excited. I'm still excited. I don't watch very many shows, but that is one I do watch. So
Bob, thank you. Select Pet, Mike, Fish Tank Barn.
thank you,
Diver
the whole
Man.
gang's here. Thank you.
Liquid Zoo. I appreciate all of you have jogged my brain into places that I absolutely enjoy. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to go tear some stuff up.
But thank you, and I will see you next week from a birthday chat. So I'm excited for next week. So I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.